What's up, everybody? You tuning in to the Mike and Drew Sports Show.
I'm Mike.
I'm Drew.
And I'm Jamez. And we're going to discuss Warriors-Rockets series. All right, fellas. The series is tied 1-1. So what have we seen so far with these two teams?
Well, I seen that KD has been going off, even though the series is tied. He been on fire. He put up, 35 the first game, and came back and put up 38 the second game. You know what I'm saying? So I seen that. I seen Steph got to get it together. You done let Chris Paul shake him up twice.
Yo, boy.
Done broke him down twice. So he getting his revenge out here. They going at him on defense for sure. Everybody going at him, no matter who got the ball. Trevor Ariza going at him. They done scored 20 points on him the last game when he was primary defender. That's like 20%. That's bad. And on the Rockets, I think D'Antoni came to coach though. I think he gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? He made his little adjustments. You know what I'm saying?
So are they gonna win Game 3?
I don't know. We going back to Golden State, so I'm gonna have to see. I don't know. That's gonna be a tough one to win though for sure. I think they're capable of winning.
I feel like they're not going to drop a game at home. I feel like Steph Curry has more to prove right now. I feel like because it looks like he can't check nobody really.
Yeah.
You see, like you just said, Chris Paul just dropped him. It already looked like James Harden is getting past him.
Yeah, they just got the handles and the finesse, and you know he kind of frail a little bit compared to them. Like James Harden was 6'6".
Right.
Chris Paul 6'2". He a little bit heavier than Stephen Curry, so you're gonna have to get it together on defense for sure, or it's gonna get bad for him.
Okay. So with that being said, so where do you guys, after knowing that the series is 1-1, where do you think this series is gonna go?
I think we're getting Game 7.
Okay.
I said it was either gonna be a sweep or it was gonna be a game, or it's gonna go to Game 7. But now how I'm seeing the series going, I think it might go to 6 though. I think I got the Warriors in 6 because I just feel like the Rockets just can't keep up at the end of the day. Steph hasn't been on yet. He still ain't caught fire.
He only scored 8 points.
And from the looks of things, KD is probably averaging 37, 36 points a game. You know what I'm saying? So, and then Klay Thompson had a bad game. Eric Gordon got off last game. So I just feel like if Steph just come out and if he catch a 30-point game, you know KD gonna have 30. Mm-hmm. It's just gonna be hard to beat that unless you get Chris Paul who just try to be more of a scorer. But I feel like that's going away from their game. That's not what they do.
So Drew, why did you say Game 7?
Because I feel like the Rockets gonna win it. I feel like if it goes 7, I feel like that's the only way the Rockets can win. I don't feel like they're gonna win in 6 because you can't beat the Warriors in 6. I feel like the Rockets gonna win the series because they match up too good with them. It's like they got the defenders to defend the people on the Warriors, the squad. Then you got the same people that can outshoot them too. That can outshoot them. So that's why I feel like it's going to Game 7. I feel like the Rockets just match up too good.
KD just push him over the hump, bro. There's nobody on that team.
But even with KD,
really check KD.
But even with first off, you get KD uncheckable.
Okay, so it's automatically done.
That's true though. But you just gotta throw bodies at them. They got bodies that you can throw at them.
Like who?
Trevor Ariza off top.
What's that to Trevor?
Then you got PJ. Then you go to Badamute. That's 3 bodies right there.
And then none of them. Every time they checking them, they hand right here. He's shooting right over.
If that's the shot,
it ain't really been no problem.
If that's
for
the
KD.
shot,
I haven't. It's been no problem for KD.
Listen, that's the shot. If that's the shot, that's gonna have to beat us in the playoffs. And so be it. You would take that shot every time.
Oh, you're gonna take a 50-point game next.
It's gonna be a 40-pointer, but they still might lose.
There's no way I could see KD getting 50 points and losing the game.
No, I can't see that.
So you think he dropping 50 next game?
He might drop 50. It's a possibility.
If he want to take his game to the next level.
James Harden had 40 already. He already had 40 points. Ain't nobody even talking about that in the loss. And came back and won the second game. He already dropped 40.
But he was only getting points for himself, and you seen how that ball movement was. You could see the difference between how he was playing Game 1 versus Game 2, and I know he said that it's no difference. They just playing smarter. I mean, okay, they're really getting the ball around rather than you dribbling 20 seconds out and then trying to do something. They actually spacing out, passing the ball. That's why you seen Eric Gordon going off, because it was a possibility for him to get that because of the ball.
Instead of just dribbling, waiting on the screen, because that's what they do. Screen, wait for the screen to come, they going to throw a oop, or with James Harden going to step back, 3, or, you know what I'm saying, just take a, you know, ill-advised shot.
Right.
And I just think at the end of the day, this game going to come down to who make the least turnovers every game.
That's true too. This series is
because the game's so fast, but in like
these the fastest 2 teams.
Yeah, and it's just like everything be on point. You get it to Klay Thompson, he hitting the shot, they coming down. James Harden hitting the 3, so it's like whoever make that first turnover, boom, they scoring off the turnovers. I think that's just what it's gonna be. So whoever commit the least turnovers in the series, not just saying that, but I think that's gonna be a big key. Yeah, that's gonna be a big key to whoever gonna win the series, though.
Okay, so what is the biggest thing to watch for in this series? Because you guys mentioned turnovers, right?
Yeah.
So is that one of basically the biggest thing to watch for in the series?
I don't know if it's the biggest, because the biggest thing right now to me is how they playing Steph Curry.
Yeah.
Because if you can't, turnovers is the second place.
Okay.
First is Steph got to stop that. They're going to have to figure out something, because at that point it's like, if you're not hitting your jumper, and they making you work hard on defense, and you still not hitting your jumpers, like what you in the game for?
Just to, like you said, he don't mind being that target. If the other guys can get off, you know, he could do. Because you gon' get you can get 1 or 2 threes from Curry in a big moment if you need him to still go out and make a shot.
That's all he been hitting is 1.
Yeah, I know. So he might end up hitting a big one, but like you said, at the end of the day, he an MVP. So I feel like he gonna come around. He gonna get his mojo back. He's still coming off the injury. Like it ain't no excuse really, but he just gotta get in that rhythm.
His legs look a little weak.
I just feel like they're gonna keep going at him on defense though. They gonna have to.
It's gonna be that.
That's not gonna stop.
Because now it's seeming like
it's
he's
kind
more
of like
of a liability.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Do y'all what happened with Jordan in the Pistons? When they kept beating them up, what he do? Get in that gym and hit them weights.
Yeah,
he came back stronger.
That's in the off season though.
I know, I'm just saying, but he still got time to do that now. And it's really a mental thing at the end of the day.
But do y'all think like Steph is like a weak defender though? At this point,
he's not the best.
Yeah, I don't think he's a weak defender. All the guys, everybody they're just a little bit bigger than him, and he's just grown.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Yeah.
It's like if you 6'3" and it's a dude that's 6'8", 250, and you 6'3", 180. It's just like no matter what you
gonna run through, you gonna get the ball to the ball, especially if we talking about NBA.
And then this the Rockets and Warriors series. This ain't just no little petty series. So they already playing physical. You see Draymond trying to, I don't know what he was on with James Harden when he choked him, like
put the elbow in.
Right, so it's gonna get physical out there, but I think he already won 2 rings, so he gonna come around. But that's one of the biggest things to watch too, and I really want to see. I'm looking forward to KD taking it to this next level. Him saying he the second best player, or might be the best player behind LeBron. If he really want to, you know what I'm saying, solidify his legacy. Keep on scoring 40 points a game and just end this series in 5. That's what I'm looking forward to just see KD just continuing to be a monster and getting back to the finals.
All right, then. So we're going to talk about who are the most players throughout the series.
The what?
The most important.
There you go.
Minutes for the starters. Golden State, on the other hand, does use its bench. Here's Curry to the rim. Nice move by Steph Curry.
Before the game, we've got to be able to convert those lay-ins.
Oh, the crossover by Durant takes to the rim. What a move by Kevin Durant.
KD says to James Harden, you remember my work in OKC, don't you? In all those practices. Little crossover. Capella tries to come over.
Looney taking that bullet pass, not able to hold on off the double. There's a 3-on-1 for the Rockets. Green with the stop. There's Paul putting the speed on. Nice pass. Capella, yes, and the foul. Paul is on it. There's Paul accelerating. Flips to the corner. Tucker from the other side. Yes. A 3 from P.J. Tucker, his second straight. He's 3 for 4.
Dribble move. Look at that. I'm going to fake it to you.
and then wait for you to come back to me, hit my man wide open in the corner. The handles of Chris Paul.
Goes on here because of that leg injury.
Well, it's only a 6th game back. Curry just went down on that move by Paul, who fouled Tucker. Sends up out of bounds.
The cut from the corner.
Draymond Green only 2 shots, 1 for 2 from the field. Here's Durant working his way, somehow getting inside.
Those others getting it done here for Mike D'Antoni and the Houston Rockets.
Durant with the stuff. It counts in the foul. 5 wins, a franchise record, best record in the NBA for the first overall seed. And they turn it around from their performance here on Monday night. And hear it from this crowd.
And it's smart, no hesitation. You were talking about that.
Horford drives and finishes.
It's time to stop talking about him as a young player. He's just a really good player.
Inside, Kevin Love goes right at Aaron Baines, who checked in. James picks up his dribble, shot clock winding down. James falling away, a 3. Oh, it's good! LeBron James, 19 points already, and that's his 4th three-pointer.
This is good defense. This is a very good job by Marcus Smart, but LeBron James just feeling himself right now. And he's a guy that when he said he wasn't worried, you believed it.
Rolls or individually off the dribble.
Monroe gets inside. Oh, it's blocked by Green. Knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Cavs.
Jeff Green. Boom.
That won't go. Rebound tipped by Thompson. Knocked away by Brown. Here comes Rozier. Throws it down. This building has exploded.
Terry Rozier off the steal understands LeBron James. He's looking to chase him down. Says, not on my watch. Take that. I call that Terry Claw.
Jeff Green. Thrown away. Picked up by Brown. Finds Rozier. Threw it behind him. Layup blocked by James. Oh, what a sensational block. Still now 9-0 in the playoffs here on the parquet floor. A brilliant second half from the Boston Celtics.
Get into this Cavs series, Celtics. Anyway, Cavs is down 0-2. What do you guys think, man? Are the Cavs getting swept?
Boy, you don't never disrespect LeBron like that, man. They won't get swept.
You sure?
Huh? Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm 100% sure
That they're not getting swept.
that they're not getting swept.
Elaborate.
The reason I say they're not getting swept is because who do they have in their team? LeBron James.
Man, they got Kevin Love too.
All-stars, champions. Now you going up against the Celtics, you know they came out hot.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
Two of them things.
They came out hot. They won the first one. The first one was a complete blowout. The second one, I just feel like the Cavs, they kind of gave up. They were just taking crazy shots. JR and George Hill combined it on 3 points. That's your point guard and your shooting guard, your starters.
But it's the reason for all that though.
What's the reason?
Brad Stevens got that work.
Yes, sir.
You think that's it, or
Yeah, I
just
think that's a big part of it.
or JR just might not?
I mean, JR been streaky though. JR been
Yeah.
streaky.
JR is
He been streaky.
having no good words for him right now.
Can't nobody on the Cavaliers scoring double digits, bro. That's just the bottom line. But Kevin Love and LeBron James. You might get one other person maybe, but that ain't enough, man. You got 5-6 players on the Celtics scoring in double digits, bro.
It's gonna be
I don't think they're gonna get swept neither though. I just wanted to hear what you. I just wanted to be on your head real quick. I feel like they're gonna get one, man. LeBron gotta win one game.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they the reigning Eastern Conference champions.
Right.
So I think they gonna get the job done, man. At the end
What?
of the
They
day,
gonna
it's
get the
go-
job done?
Yeah, it's going to 7. It's
So-
going to 7. It's going to 7 because
That's the show not about to happen.
So they're getting it done in 7 games.
Because LeBron doesn't lose game 7s.
You know, last time he been down 2-0, I told you the Celtics about to push LeBron to a bunch of stuff that ain't never happened in a long time.
And it's just the team he got. It's not because of his
It's not,
play.
honestly,
It's not
of course
because
not.
of his play at
Of course
all.
not.
It's just the other players have to step up, man.
They can't though. They not good enough. They just not
They
good
gotta
enough.
be good enough. You in the NBA, there's no way
Sometimes
you
you
get paid.
ain't good enough. Sometimes
Against
it's
Terry Rozier,
they-
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum is a rookie. There's no way you telling me that Vince is not good enough to.
But look at what
step
Vince you
up.
talking about.
Yeah,
Jr.
you talking about
Shooter.
JR. Zero.
Kyle Korver.
But he
who
was
ain't
just
nothing
in
but
the
a shooter.
finals. You've been in the finals the last 4 years, and how are you not ready for an Eastern Conference game
You
against
ready,
the Celtics without Kyrie and Gordon
It
Hayward?
ain't even that you. First off, Kyrie is a big part of it, real talk, because he took a lot of pressure off everybody. On top of that, you can be ready. It just ain't enough this time. It just ain't enough. It just ain't enough.
He just ain't trying.
I'm so sorry. It just just ain't enough.
Okay, so who's to blame for the Cavs' downfall right now?
The bench.
The bench.
I have to blame the bench.
Everybody
Because
other
you're not
than
getting-
LeBron?
And
Kevin Love and Kevin Love.
Yeah, Kevin Love,
Because
yeah.
nobody else is stepping up at the end of the day. LeBron is going to get his 30 to 40 points, but if nobody on the team can't make a layup or they can't make a wide open jump shot, Kyle Korver
that's
can't hit
the thing.
threes.
That's the
They
thing.
can't stay hot. They not consistent. Every third quarter come around, they be up 10. Next thing you know, they down 12. Then at that point, they morale go down. Now they leading into the fourth quarter, and you know the Celtics play off the energy of the crowd anyway. They always make a push to come back, regardless of what you're doing, because they got fighters on their team. Marcus Morris getting in your face.
Exactly.
Marcus Smart.
And they all
Terry
dropping at
Rozier.
least 10 points. at least
Jaylen
12
Brown.
points.
All of them is attacking the rim and they aggressive players.
Terry Rozier, ball in the crunch time too. Is all his stuff go up in the fourth quarter in OT. I feel like Brad Stevens is the most to blame though for the Cavs downfall, because he playing them so it's like the perfect way to play LeBron.
Yeah. I was.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the perfect way to play him, and it's crazy that nobody else ain't really ever tried to do that. And Al Horford quick enough on his feet, you know what I'm saying, to get back in the paint if he got to.
Right.
So it's like that's just the perfect
So
way
he
to
was
play the
playing
team.
the zone
Yeah.
he was talking about with LeBron coming up the court, just step up in his lane and try to force him to kick it out, and then they just switching every time
Yeah, it's
that
like-
they just stepping right up on the person. As soon as LeBron kick it out, they right there.
Exactly.
And they try to set a screen. And
And like
another
you
person
said,
stepping up.
But then, like you said, when they do get the blow by, they break it.
Yep.
They can't float it up. They can't hit the open jumper when they do catch it. So it's like, Brad Stevens is a hell of a coach.
And that's taking a long time to get in your offense, because you trying to run screens and every time you run into another problem. Now you run into
Right.
another problem. Now it's like your shot clock is running down. Now you just got to jack up a crazy shot. You're not getting a good shot. Or they just try to go to LeBron, but you can't wear LeBron down every play because he looking to pass sometimes. But
Right.
if they can't create their own shot, Kyle Korver,
Exactly.
most of the time he in the corner, so you stuck over in the corner. You can't get a good shot.
So to me, it sounds like, from both you guys' statements, that it's a coaching problem. So what if the tables was turned? So far as coaching, Tyronn Lue coaching the Celtics and Brad Stevens coaching the Cavs.
Yeah, I feel like Ty Lue wouldn't even have, no offense to Ty Lue,
Yeah.
he wouldn't even have thought about that the way Brad Stevens playing LeBron.
Or
I
that
don't even
just,
think he would've
or
thought about
just
it.
rallying up the young guys and just having them out there playing, fighting, because their season really could have been over in the first round with them going up against the Bucks. They could have gave up once they lost Gordon Hayward. They was still could have been they was number one in the East for majority of the season.
With Kyrie though, but then he went down.
Yeah, then he went down for the season. Then when they said he was done for the season, it was like, I don't know about the Celtics, man. Then the Cavs, after they beat the Pacers and swept the Raptors, it was looking like, okay, we got Cavs in 4, Cavs in 5. But now it's like they down 2-0.
It didn't really even look like that from that at that point, but the Celtics, they low key like a real good team. Like outside of Brad Stevens, you know what I'm saying? Like even if you switch to you know what I'm saying, coaching, Ty Lue wouldn't be able to outcoach LeBron, but it would be a better series, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be more competitive.
Yeah.
With Brad Stevens and the team he got versus this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is how it's supposed to be, though.
Yeah, if Brad Stevens had LeBron, he for sure would get the job done.
Because LeBron low-key been beating the Brad Stevens teams the last few years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it don't really. it ain't that big of a. It's a big deal, but it ain't that big of a deal for sure.
Okay.
So, but
It's
I'm
like
going,
Brad Stevens and the team he got.
But yeah, I'm going with Cavs in 7 at this point.
Cavs in 7. Your take?
Celtics in 5.
Five. Which one? 5 or 6?
5.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with the Celtics in 6. But we're gonna be right back. We're gonna talk about Dwayne Casey being fired from the Toronto Raptors. Get back at you.
Before we get started, I'd like to congratulate the Cleveland Cavaliers on a heck of a series by them. I thought they showed their championship pedigree. A great example for us, the difference between a regular season and a playoff run. And they're playing at a high level right now. So my hats off to them. I thought Ty Lue did a great job of preparing his team, having them ready, and just really clicking on a lot of different levels, and just took us out of what we wanted to do in a lot of different areas, and did a great job.
We're back, Mike and Drew Sports Show. Okay, Dwayne Casey being fired from the Toronto Raptors. So, fellas, should the Toronto Raptors have fired Dwayne Casey?
Ain't no way. They should have fired that man after they just broke a franchise record for wins in the season. And he just got voted by the other coaches in the league as the best coach in the league. Then you fire him right after y'all lost. Y'all, it ain't like y'all lost in the first round. Y'all lost to LeBron James, who everybody is saying is the great. You know what I'm saying? You just can't fire your coach over that right away.
It ain't all about how good of a coach you is. It's about how you match up with your team. That's for one. Second, it's a reason the Celtics up 2-0 on LeBron James, and the Raptors got swept. For sure, I don't know what it is.
Players.
Like you just said, they broke a franchise record. Them 2 All-Stars. Ain't no All-Stars on the Celtics, for real. I hope it was an All-Star this year.
Players. Kyle Lowry. No, I'm just not saying, but Kyle Lowry against Rozier. I would take Rozier over Kyle Lowry. To be honest. To be completely honest.
That's sad, but hey, you might be right.
Then you got Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown against DeMar DeRozan.
You for sure taking both of them over DeMar DeRozan.
Al Horford better than all they big men.
But it's like, bro, how you come in and you get... They for sure was supposed to win. That was for sure one of the most unbelievable things I've seen this playoffs. Was for the Raptors to come out here and lose like that, let alone the first game. That was embarrassing.
After being up 20.
That was real embarrassing.
That's how I knew it was over.
But yeah, that was sad though. So I don't know what's wrong over there. I don't know if it was Dwayne Casey. I don't know if it was DeRozan. I don't know if it was
fired.
Kyle Lowry.
Karma is gonna come back. You don't just get rid of people
So
like that.
But what do you do?
Franchise is gonna change.
But what do you do? They've been going at this for like 4 or 5 years with the same duo, same coach.
Gotta rebuild.
What you do? How you gonna rebuild? You gotta take. In order to rebuild, you gotta trade a franchise player. That's a real rebuild. You can't rebuild a team around the same.
You gotta be Kyle Lowry. I'm trying to build around DeRozan.
I feel like Kyle Lowry should lead too. I feel like he should have got traded.
I feel like DeMar DeRozan shouldn't even re-sign really.
Yeah.
Because remember Kyle Lowry for a minute he was acting like he ain't know what he was gonna do.
Kyle Lowry is a scrub. I really want to cuss him out on the show because he sucks, bro. He's a bum.
Your thing is your show, bro.
Yeah. No, I ain't gonna do that. Much respect, Kyle Lowry, man. What J. Cole say? I love to see a black man get paid. But you need to perform better on that court, son. Seriously, though. Seriously.
So, just like he said, let us see a black man get paid. We're going to talk about all these other black men who are accomplishing great things. We're going to get into the NBA awards. We'll be right back.
Okay.
All right, we're back with the NBA awards. All right, so we're gonna get into the MVP candidates. We got James Harden, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. What are you guys' picks?
I mean, I feel like it's going to James Harden. Had the best record this year. Had a better record than the Warriors. 38-5, the average. So why not? You know what I'm saying?
Could give it to LeBron if you want to, but it don't make
No,
any
you
sense.
can't.
You could.
No, you can't.
Could.
You can give it to Anthony Davis too, but you not.
But you know, LeBron is always right there in the ring. It's always he the other go-to.
But was 4 for
That's
the
either
East.
here nor there. James Harden is a clear MVP this year. And that's just what it is. It ain't too much more to say about that.
All right, so we're gonna get into the Rookie of the Year. We got Donovan Mitchell, we got Ben Simmons, and we have Jason Tatum. What do you guys think?
Ben Simmons, I feel like they're going to give it to Ben Simmons, even though I don't personally count him as a rookie. He is a great player though. He's looking like the second coming of LeBron. But you can't not give it to Donovan Mitchell too.
Yeah, you gotta give it to Donovan.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta give it to Donovan.
He led his team to the playoffs, like
To the second round,
As a
we got one game in on the Rockets.
he beat the Thunder. Dunked on everybody. Gang blosses.
But then again, you have to think about Jason Tatum because without the two star players, they just got over the preseason. He's actually holding his own, as you can see, going against one of the greatest players in the world. So
The reason I say Donovan Mitchell though,
Like
is
it's three-way time. That's crazy.
the reason I say Donovan Mitchell because he is clearly the first option out of all of these players. And when we talk about the playoffs, his PER went up, Ben Simmons' PER dropped. So that means
They should have been Simmons down. They kind of
yeah,
ran the
the
same.
same like
It's just
I know
Simmons ain't got a shot like LeBron, so he can't fight off what the Celtics did to LeBron. LeBron can offset that, but Ben Simmons couldn't just because he don't got the jump.
So I'm going with co-rookie of the years between Ben Simmons and Donovan.
I'm going with Donovan Mitchell. That's it. And the Pistons could have, but I'm gonna let that go.
Damn shame.
Yeah. But speaking of the Pistons and their historic defense, we're gonna get into the Defensive Player of the Year. We got Rudy Gobert, we got Anthony Davis, and we got Joel Embiid.
Just from looking at the numbers and watching that game, I'm gonna just have to go with. I gotta go Rudy Gobert. What? I thought you was gonna go Anthony Davis. Yeah. No, what? Gotta go with Rudy Gobert just because I feel like it's time for a new defensive player, man. He's been putting in the work. He is 7-footer. And is he leading the league in blocks? I'm not quite sure. I don't want to just say
That's what I'm saying.
that.
That's what I thought you were gonna say that.
No, I just feel like he's a better defensive player than Anthony Davis.
I feel like I'm gonna give it to Anthony Davis because he leading the league in blocks and he performed better on the offensive end. Now I know this is a defensive award, but he has the most work to do offensively out of all these players, and he still lead the league in blocks.
He come back and play defense.
Exactly. So that's why I'm giving it to AD. I do understand why you pick Rudy Gobert though. He is a great defensive player. He's the only star defensive player I know, which is crazy. Okay, what you think though before we continue?
Man, I'm going with Anthony Davis. He just, you know what I'm saying, he's always there on the glass and the post defensively, you know what I'm saying, getting those blocks. Plus, you know what I'm saying, just saying, you know what I'm saying, I feel like later on he's gonna get MVP. So
He already was a candidate this year, so he's doing his thing though. Yep. You go either way.
Yeah. So we're getting into the sixth man of the year. We got Eric Gordon, we got Lou Will, and we got old Freddie Boy.
Will. It's easy.
It's
clear. It's clear Lou Will because we was talking about Lou Will being an all-star this year.
That's true, man.
So there's nothing to say that he was coming off the bench averaging 20 points on the Clippers.
And
that's their number one option, coming off your bench. So you playing the first 5 or 6 minutes without your number one option, then he coming in. He got a 50-point game this year. He took down the Warriors. I'm rolling with Lou Will. He shrugged his shoulders for it.
You don't like Buddy? I'm just saying that Warriors win, it means something, but they didn't make the playoffs. So it's like
They was in the run.
I mean, but you didn't make it. They was
After
was
trading
19
Blake Griffin,
seed.
when they was looking like they was about to tank. And then Lou Will stepped up off the bench. It's like,
The only
he
reason I
just
think
balling.
it's the only reason I feel this way. I mean, I do think Lou Will. I don't know, man.
Eric
It's like-
Gordon won last year.
But still, though, he doing it on the team that it clearly matters. It clearly matters.
He mattered the other night.
Eric Gordon, like he's still doing it, like he on the playoff team, like on the first team in the West. You know what I'm saying? Lou Will was on the 10th seeded Clippers or the 9th seeded Clippers. Eric Gordon
They
on
was
the
just on the. They were both was just on
Low
the Rockets
key.
last year.
Low key.
Same thing
It
was
was
going on
right.
last year. Same thing. Same exact thing. I'm just
don't
gotta
know,
go
man.
with Lou Will, man, because he
It's hard.
just came right off the Rockets. He won on the Raptors. Drake made the song "The 6 Man."
Right.
6 Man, yeah. Then he went to the Rockets. Then he was nominated for 6 Man of the Year last year. Now you going to the Clippers, averaging 20 again as the number one option.
It's hard.
And he came out of high school, bro. I'm not hearing that.
All right, he said he not here, so we go ahead. I go with Lou Will too.
Yeah, I go with Lou Will. I don't want to get into more of that. But no, we're going to get into the most improved player. We got Victor Oladipo, Spencer Dinwiddie, and then we got Clint Capella.
Oladipo.
Yeah, that's clear. Oladipo.
He went
All
up the
star
most
this
points.
year.
Yeah, I'm going with Victor Oladipo.
Took Bron to game 7.
Seven.
All
First
really
round,
could, right?
seven.
Really
Ain't
could
too
have
many
won that
people did
series.
that.
On the Pacers though, with just Lance Stevenson and a couple of other role players, but yeah, it's Victor Oladipo. Yeah,
Especially when he did all right though. He went up 5 points, but you only averaged 12, so it's like. And Clint Capella, his average is almost kind of the same, but it just looked nicer with Chris Paul and James Harden both doing you,
right.
and you still playing defense. So Oladipo.
Okay. So we're going to get into the Coach of the Year. We got Dwayne Casey, Brad Stevens. We got Brad Stevens, and then we have Quinn Snyder.
Brad Stevens.
Yeah, I'm going with Brad Stevens. It's too easy.
Why they always treat black people like this, bro? Like for real, bro. Why they fire this man, then put him in the running? You for sure didn't have to put him in the running. For sure. You know he not gonna win this award. He can't win. You think they about to vote him Coach of the Year and he just got fired?
Fired and got swept.
And he won the other Coach of the Year.
Swept and got fired.
So that's
I'm going with Dwayne Casey.
I gotta go with Dwayne Casey. I gotta go with Brad Stevens. Obviously, you can see what he's doing against, like I said, the best player in the world's
I hope
team.
Dwayne Casey win it though.
Can't say the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Cleveland Browns. So, what you got?
that's so disrespectful.
You right though. You right, but
I'm going with Brad Stevens just because he was able to hold down the fort without Kyrie, without Gordon Hayward in the playoffs. You know, they made it through the whole season without Gordon Hayward. With incorporating Kyrie right into the offense, then he went down with a knee injury. Was number 1 in the East, finished number 2 in the East.
Quinn Snyder did his
Might go to the finals after they just got put out last year by LeBron. Now they up 2-0. This is looking like the best team they ever had. Not ever had, but over the recent years since the Big Three.
Yeah, y'all right about Brad Stevens for sure. Everything y'all said. Quinn Snyder did his thing.
Yeah, Quinn Snyder. Quinn Snyder. He up for it,
But Brad
but
Stevens,
he's made it further.
in all seriousness, he's gonna win. But I'm still going with Dwayne Casey. Still, you got my vote, brother. Okay.
All right, guys, that wraps up the Mike and Drew Sports Show. We're all gonna get out of here and have some warm apple cider. So, but thank you guys for tuning in to the Mike and Drew Sports Show, man. Peace.
Wait, before we get up out of here, make sure you follow us. Y'all thought we forgot. Y'all thought we was gonna end it.
Close the show like that, huh?
Yeah. Make sure y'all follow us on IG, Mike and Drew Sports, 2 S's. Follow us on Twitter, Mike and Drew Show. Get that app. We got the Men's League on there. Oakland Christ Community, shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Oakland
Church of Christ.
Oakland Church of Christ.
You just messing up. Oakland Church of Christ Basketball League.
We got them, you know what I'm saying, on the app. So download that app. Cop our clothes too. We got more bigger things coming. Stay looking. Now we gone. For real, for real.